What's going on, everybody? It's JB here with a football preview, but unfortunately I've got some sad news regarding my team to start with. The Andre Gray homophobism saga, well, it's taken an unfortunate twist for the player and for the football club, because Andre Gray has been banned, would you believe, for 4 games because of the comments he made 4 years ago about this. And he's also, in addition, apparently he's been fined by the FA £25,000 and all that, and of course he's got his 4-match ban, and of course he has to sit out the Watford game, which is a big blow for us, really, considering that this game on Monday night is a big relegation 6 points even at this early stage. He misses 4 games, for heaven's sake, over comments he made nearly 4 years ago. Now if it had been made here and now, normally I would not moan about it. He has admitted he was in the wrong. He's been, he regrets it. He regrets it, and I don't condone what he said. It was 4 years ago. He was a semi-pro. He wasn't playing for us, and yet the football club have just been punished for it. Why? The FA have got to look at themselves hard in the mirror, because what are they achieving by banning our star striker for 4 matches? I find that a joke, quite honestly. The comments he made in the comments he made on social media for 4 years ago. Okay, he admitted he did wrong, and I'm not condoning that whatsoever. But why punish why punish Burnley for it? As a Burnley fan, I'm disgusted with the FA decision. Yeah, fine him by all means. Fine him 2, 3, 4 weeks' wages. Make him do a course on all this sort of thing. But to ban him for 4 goddamn matches is a disgrace. It's an absolute total chuffing. I'm trying not to swear here, folks. It's a total flipping disgrace. And the FA had no right, in my opinion, to stick their oar in where it wasn't needed. It was dealt by the football club. I'm sure Burnley would have held their own investigation. Sean Dyche, I can't believe Burnley Football Club have accepted this, because if I was Burnley manager, if I was Sean Dyche, I'd have been going to the FA. I'd have been really appealing it, because it affects the team. Yeah, we've got Bamford and we've got Vokes. We don't know how they're going to play together. They could be flops against Watford, and our best striker's out. He's the only one we've got at any real pace. I just think it's a total disgrace from the FA to ban our best striker for 4 goddamn matches for comments that were made when he was not a Burnley footballer. He was playing semi-pro. So why have we got to be punished for it? The FA, as far as I'm concerned, I've been looking for a villain of the week. Well, I think I've just found it. The villain of the week, and I'm afraid the FA are villains of the week, because, listen, I'm not against them banning him about 25 grand. I mean, that's, I'm not against that. What I am taking exception to, that they've barred him for 4 games for my football club. For my football club, the comments that were made 4 years ago, sorry about that, I was just checking my mobile there. The comments that were made 4 years ago, and I just think it's really, really unfair that Burnley FC have to suffer for it. But that's the situation. He sits out the Watford game and the next 3 or 4 games, and I just find that absolutely disgraceful. But there's nothing we can do now. We've just got to grin and bear it and just hope and pick up a, let's hope that, it probably gives Bamford a good opportunity to see if he can really hack it at this level and really do well. We'll just have to see how that one pans out. Anyway, let's move on from that. I just wanted to get my piece about it. Just to clarify that I do not condone what he said 4 years ago. Homophobism is not acceptable in any way, shape or form. and he shouldn't have said it. He admitted it. He apologised straight away, and that really should have been the end of the matter. But the FA just couldn't resist, could they? And really punished Burnley for it. And it's, you know, but there you go. It's just one of those things. You just got to go in and bear it, I suppose. Anyway, moving on. Football. I'm going to do the Premier League predictions this week. Burnley Watford, by the way, will be one of my commentary matches. First of all, from a personal point of view, let's move on from Andrew again. The knee situation, the damaged knee I sustained last week. I was due to cover a couple of games last weekend. It was going to be Burnley's match against Leicester and Watford Man United. Unfortunately, I didn't get much sleep over the weekend because of my knee injury. I just didn't feel comfortable by then last week. Anyway, it turned out I went to the GP because I just didn't feel, my knee didn't feel right over the weekend, and I decided to visit my doctor, and I've discovered that I've got a little bone in my kneecap, which is not great, but I'm walking around and getting out to the corner shop and back. I'm going to try and walk up into town and see how I go from there on over the weekend, and then hopefully, and then I go, whilst prepping for the commentary match, I've got the Burnley Watford game on Monday night, which I will be commentating on for the YouTube channel. Audio, of course, got to stress for audio commentary. Then I'll be doing my first, I'll be attending a hospital appointment at Haredale Hospital in Keighley, just over the border into Yorkshire, and will hopefully then, you know, be the first proper steps on the road to me being fit and well again, and you know, that can only be a good thing. You know, that can only be a good thing. Right then, now then, I've got my Premier League predictions down. I did some on BBC's website a few days ago. Let's see what I've got down here, and I'm gonna tell you the reasons for why I'm deciding to go on it. Now, Manchester United against Leicester is the first game. That's a lunchtime game. That's kick-off at 12:30 at Old Trafford tomorrow. And I've gone, I'm afraid, I hope I'm wrong because I want to see goals, but I've gone for 0-0. Simple reason is, apart from when they played us last week, Leicester, and they absolutely, totally destroyed us last week, you know, I don't think they'll find Manchester United as back four as generous as what certainly Ben Mee and Matt Lawton were last week. So I think United have been struggling as well up front. Zlatan was kept quiet at Watford last week. They've had a bad trot. They've lost their last three. They've lost 3 out of 4 games. I know they had that victory at Northampton in the Cup, but they had a much changed squad. They didn't have Zlatan in, and I think they were. I still think they struggled a bit, I have to say, against Northampton. And if it wasn't for one or two bits of naivety in Northampton's play, I think Northampton could have took them all the way to penalties on Wednesday night. So I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. Now we go to the 3 o'clock games, and we start with Bournemouth versus Everton. Now this game actually ended 3-3 last year. Some great drama towards the end of the second half, where Bournemouth looked as if they'd lost out, and then they sort of came back and took a point away from Everton, and they were, you know, terrific. I think it'll be another cracking game, but I've gone for Everton to win 3-1 because I think Lukaku is finding his feet now. The Everton, I mean, I watched them against Middlesbrough last week, and they were superb. They came back. What they did, they came back from a goal down. It was controversial how the Middlesbrough got their goal. Was it a foul on Stecklenberg? I thought it was at the time, I have to say. Stecklenberg, he certainly was fouled. And then he came back. Coleman had a good game. Lukaku, Bolasie played terrifically well, and I can see no problems for Everton tomorrow. I've gone for them to win at the Vitality Stadium by 3-1. Moving on to Liverpool versus Hull at Anfield tomorrow. I can see only one winner. I'm afraid it's not Hull City for obvious reasons. I think Liverpool score goals. They scored plenty of goals. They won the last home game against Leicester 3-1. They absolutely took the champions to the quidders. They had a terrific win. You may have heard on my YouTube channel a week ago against Chelsea. They played terrifically well. And Jordan Henderson scored a fantastic second goal, and it was marvellous. And I think they'll just have too much, I believe, for Hull. You know, will Mike Phelan take the job there? Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that one. But I would suggest I'll go for a 3-0 Liverpool win, and I think it will be very, very comfortable. And I don't think Hull have ever done too well in that at Anfield anyway. If I'm wrong, and you correct me on it, fair dues. But I can see nothing else really but a Liverpool victory tomorrow. On to Middlesbrough Tottenham now. Middlesbrough, solid start to the season. They've done okay. Got 5 points in their first 4 games. Not been too bad. Riverside have been a little bit hot and cold, of course, but I think they're a decent side under Karanka. Even if he's a bit of a, I'm not really a fan of his really, but he's built a very good side there. They've got Negredo up front. Victor Valdes is still a very good, top quality goalkeeper. Even now he's coming into his twilight years of his career. I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs, despite the fact that they've lost Harry Kane. Janssen did well. Okay, they were up against inferior opposition against Gillingham. I'm sure Panini won't thank me for saying that because he's a Gillingham fan. Obviously, don't take any offence, Panini. But against Gillingham, with all due respect to them, inferior opposition, and he destroyed him on Wednesday. And I don't expect Tottenham to do the same. I'm going to go 2-0 to Tottenham. Next on, we go to the Bet365 Stadium for a Midlands derby, and it's return to Stoke City of Tony Pulis as West Brom's manager. Now, he's won his last 3, and Stoke, well, what's happened to them? Absolutely blown away at Selhurst Park last week. I'm sure Kevin Benson, my other good friend, will have been very delighted about that. Palace wiped the floor with them 4-1. They haven't had the luck, understandably, with certain decisions. They had a big goal against them against Spurs when they lost 4-0. But West Brom, decent record, certainly under Pulis against Stoke, and they had a fantastic win last week against West Ham when they absolutely destroyed West Ham by 4-2. And I'm going to go 2-0 to West Brom. I just think the way they're playing at the moment, they're in form. They play some very good football. It's not what you'd see from a Tony Pulis side. He likes to keep things sort of tight, and he likes to counter-attack. And he attacked West Ham. He attacked Bilic's side and got rewards. And I would expect him possibly, maybe to catch Stoke on the counter-attack. I can see Stoke having a lot more possession, but I would think the way they're playing at the moment, West Brom, I think they're the team in the ascendancy, and I think they'll be just too good for Stoke. I'm going to go 2-0 to West Brom majority. To the stadium I like next, and Kevin Benson's team, Crystal Palace, are away at the next opponents for Sunderland, David Moyes. Now Sunderland, of course, I've had a dreadful start. They always have a dreadful start every other year, don't they, Sunderland? No disrespect to Sunderland fans. Crystal Palace, they had a big win there a couple of years ago. I think they'll do it tomorrow. I think they've been good form. Alan Pardew going there. I think you'll get a bit of a bad reception at. Get a bit of a bad reception because of his Newcastle connections, but I must make the point though. I think Pardew is probably out of all 20 Premier League managers. If he forget the top 4, forget the Manchester Cities, Arsenals, and Chelseas, and Liverpools of the world for a minute, and you see out the best of them. I think that Crystal Palace have had the best transfer window. You've seen all the talent they've brought in, especially up front. You've got Benteke and all that lot. It's just Benteke. If they get Benteke firing, I think Palace could do things. I know they got knocked out of the cup disappointingly against Southampton. sure Kevin won't thank you for mentioning that, but what I will say is, in the league, I think they're starting to get their act together. I know they haven't won many games in the calendar year, but I think they're a very, very good team, and I don't think they'll have too much trouble. I think Sunderland will struggle. And again, I like the Stoke West Brom game before. I'm going to tip Crystal Palace to win by 2-0. Final one of the 3 o'clock games, and that's Swansea City take on Manchester City. That's now Swansea haven't won since opening day when they beat Burnley, and to be fair, it should have been a draw, that match. When you look back at that, because we had chances, they had chances, and we just didn't take ours on the day. Francesco Bridoli, he's apparently his job has been touted. Ryan Giggs there's been suggestions in the British media that Ryan Giggs could take over if Guidolin gets sacked. Now, this is a big game for Swansea, really. They're at home, but they're up against very tough opposition. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. I think it'll be a tough match. Swansea will score tomorrow. I think they've got some good players in the squad, and they're capable. That Llorenti's a good player. I'd like to see him get in there a bit more, unless he's injured, of course. I don't know what's happened to Llorente. We haven't heard much of him since opening day. But I think Manchester City, I mean, they're the dogs. They are the top dogs. They're not the top dogs for nothing. They've had some good weeks. They've had some terrific weeks. They're through in the next round of the Cup. They had that terrific win in the Manchester derby the other week. They smashed Bournemouth last week, and I think they'll sneak through 2-1 winners over Swansea, and I think that would be a great. And I think Pep will keep his winning run going. So I'm going to say 2-1 to Manchester City in that one. Now to the big, most attractive match of the weekend, the 5:30 kick-off between in the All London affair between Messrs Conte and Wenger at the Emirates Stadium. Nearly said Highbury then. Arsenal and Chelsea then. I think there'll be goals in this game. I think it'll be nip and tuck all the way through. I think it'll be a terrific game of football. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great game. I don't think there's much to separate them at the moment. They both had very well, Arsenal had a good win in the Cup at Nottingham Forest. Granit Xhaka scored 2 magnificent goals. He got one last weekend, of course, and then at Hull, and then he replicated it against Forest in the Cup on was it Tuesday night? And then Chelsea, probably feeling it a little bit because they had to play extra time the same night against Leicester in the Cup, and when they came from 2 down to win 4-2. So it could be. I think it'll be a tight game. I'm going to go 2-2. I don't think there's much to separate them two sides. 2 more games. First of all, West Ham and Southampton. That's the Sunday match. That's a 4 o'clock kick-off. West Ham, I'm surprised. They've had a good win there. They kept Dimitri Payet, which is like a new signing for them. But he had a terrific Euros for France, and he had a terrific season last year. Should have scored that goal against. Should have scored against West Brom when he hit the post. He was just unfortunate. It was just one of those things. Last season they went in. Now they play Southampton, who are starting to get their act together under Claude Puel. After a slow start to the season, they've had a good win in Europe the other week when 2 ex-Burnley lads, Charlie Austin and Jay Rodriguez, scored 3 goals between them to beat to win in Europe for the first time. So I think at the London Stadium, the Olympic Stadium, I know it is the Olympic Stadium. If I see that structure, I think straight away the Olympic Stadium. Of course, it's the London Stadium now, and we'll just have to get used to it. But to me, it's always going to be the Olympic Stadium for me. But I think it will end 1-1. I think it will be a point apiece, and I think that would be probably about right the way that both teams are performing. I think Southampton wouldn't be too displeased with a point if they went to West Ham. West Ham struggled a bit on Wednesday in the Cup against Accrington Stanley. And if it wasn't for Dimitri Payet smashing that goal in the 6 minutes into injury time, they could have been really embarrassed. as it happens, that that might just be able to kickstart their season league terms. But I think they only get 1 point on Sunday. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, but I think it could end up more than that. We'll see. And finally, Burnley against Watford now. Now, this prediction happened before the news about Andre Gray's suspension came out about, half an hour ago. I've gone for them to win 2-0, just simply because that Watford don't usually do well when they come up to Turf Moor. When we've even in Steve Cottrell's day, we used to give them a right good thumping. I remember one season I think we finished 18th, but halfway through the season we were about top 4 in the Championship, and Watford were the leaders, and they came. I think they went on to win the playoffs that year, and they came to us, and we knocked them. We beat them 4-1. I remember watching it on ITV the next morning and just marvelling in the way that how we played the game. Steve Cottrell wasn't renowned for his passing and fancy down football in 3 years at Turmoil, but it was one of his better days as Burnley manager. We absolutely stuffed Watford 4-1, and they went on to win the playoffs against Leeds later that season. So we seem to do very well at home against Watford. I don't think they've won too many games at Turf Moor, but they're coming into the game full of confidence. Of course, they've come off the back of a terrific result against Manchester United last week, where they absolutely bullied, harassed, and tortured Manchester United, and they deserved to win. They had a difficult start to the season, Walter Mazzani's men, but they got their act together. Troy Deeney and all them they've really got themselves buzzing, and absolutely there's a togetherness about them, and I think that could well be. I think it'd be an even game, but I'm going to go for Burnley, despite the fact that Andre Gray is now, in my opinion, wrongfully suspended. I'm going to go 2-0. I think what might just happen, really, it might still work in our favour. Bamford's got a point to prove. He had that one good season at Middlesbrough. He had 2 good seasons at Derby and Middlesbrough. They were Championship clubs in that days, and he did really well. He had a chance last year at Palace. Didn't get enough game time. I think he's a class act, Bamford, and I think if he's given the right service from the likes of Defoe and Jeff Renwick, who he's played with at Derby, don't forget, so he knows Jeff Renwick knows Patrick Bamford's game inside out. So it might not all be lost for Burnley when you think about it, bigger picture. Even though I'm disappointed that Gray's not going to be around for the next 4 games, which I think is a disgrace, but there you go, that's my humble opinion on it. If Bamford hits the ground running, I think Andre Gray might have a problem with getting his place back, but I'm still going to stick with what I said, 2-0, and let's hope that's the case. And you'll be able to hear that game in full on Monday night from 7:50 on my YouTube channel. All being well, I might be able to give you a commentary from one of the other Premier League games. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know in the next 24 hours. It's just that with my brother being at work, and I've got to rest up the leg, and I've got to be here, there, and everything else as well, even with a bad leg. I might be struggling to maybe do a weekend match, but Burnley Watford is certainly one of the games I'll feature on my YouTube channel on Monday night. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be spending the build up to it, certainly the morning of the match down at the hospital, but what I will say is that I think it'll be a good old game down at Turf Moor, and I think it's probably one of those Monday night games that could have a really good thing to it, and I think it'd be a good way to start the working week. So there are all my Premier League predictions for excuse me for what week are we in now? I'm just trying to think what week we're in. We're into the 6th week of the season, so game 6 of the season this is. They're all my predictions, plus Andre Gray. Now, furthermore than that, I've decided to make this video at least a good good half an hour or so long. The simple reason is this: FIFA 17, as you well know, is coming out towards the end of the month, and I'm looking forward to bringing content as well as the full match Premier League commentaries and the cup commentaries and the Champions League stuff. Hopefully when all settled down and that, I'm going to bring you some FIFA 17 content. There'll be a Burnley career mode going up. There'll also be now the Alex Hunter thing. Now I wasn't sure whether to actually stream this or post edit bits and put it online on Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. If you'd like me to put Alex Hunter playing for Burnley, because that's the idea. I want to play with Alex Hunter for Burnley. I don't, you know, he gets offered all these big contracts, all these comic clubs, the Manchester clubs, Liverpool, Everton, and all that lot, London clubs, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, and yeah, he puts for Burnley. That would be just amazing. So if you want to see me sign Alex Hunter for Burnley, as soon as I get the fee, let me know, and I'll try and upload it in episode format. I'll try and, what I'll do is sort of, I might stream it, I might just film it and then edit stuff down and just edit certain games down, and you know, let the pictures do the talking rather than me do the commentary. The commentary will still remain on the career mode videos where I do the commentary on all the games on the Burnley career mode, but for the Alex Hunter thing, because there's a lot of acting involved and because it's a story mode, there's not much point in me doing the commentary. So I'll let Martin Tyler and Alan Smith do the commentary on the journey videos and stuff, and I'll just shut up and just let the pictures do the talking for you, and I'll just play the game. But I'm really looking forward to FIFA 17. I've never been so excited about it for years. I mean, I think the last time I got really excited over a FIFA game was probably about 2 years ago when I found out Turf Moor and all the other Premier League clubs were going to be included on FIFA 15, and at that time it was a novelty. I think FIFA 17 is just going to top all that with this Alex Hunter thing, the Frostbite engine that looks. I've played the demo a couple of times. It looks completely, utterly awesome. I can't wait to get the game. We've pre-ordered it. My brother and I, we're gonna do, me and my brother and I, we're gonna do some stuff. He's gonna collaborate with me, and we're gonna do an extra series for you guys. You know, me and my brother used to do, what we used to do in the olden days. He used to take on a career mode. He likes Arsenal as well. He's a big Burnley fan, but he likes playing with Arsenal because they play. To him, they play good, attractive football, and he likes the way that Beglin sets his teams up. So he'll pick a team, somebody like Arsenal, to do a career mode is, and I will play his opposition. And what that will enable me to do, I'll record the games as usual, edit them down, and do the commentary on the Share Factory, and then just try and do 2 or 3 games an episode, and sort of keep you up to date with what went on, you know, that sort of thing, by doing a little piece to camera as well. So that's the idea. If you'd like to see that, leave a like, leave a comment. Bob's your uncle. The end of story. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks to everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I'll accept good comments. No swearing, no bad language in any of the comments section below. Good, clean comments. We want to keep this as clean as possible because we want all the family to enjoy these videos. We don't want swearing. I've tried not to swear during the rant about Andre Gray suspension and all that type of thing. So you know, as disappointed as I am about Andre Gray, I'm still excited about the Burnley Watford match, and that should be an unbelievable. I think that'll be a good game. I think I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to bringing you it live, Burnley game live, league match live for the first time this season. I can't wait. And of course Arsenal's match, the whole match with Arsenal, that'll be live as well. So plenty coming up. England coming up as well in the next couple of weeks. So plenty of stuff to look forward to on the JB Comment. Plenty of commentaries, proper match commentaries with the FIFA background. Plenty of proper FIFA videos, proper gaming videos for you gamers out there. I like to please everybody, and if we can get a few female subscribers as well, any ideas that we can appeal to female subscribers, because I don't really just want to talk about football, I want to talk about other things. So if you want to give me any ideas, please do. I am also looking at doing a Q&A video, so if you want to get some questions to me, good questions, you know, good sensible questions to me, and I'll answer them. As long as they're respectable questions, and there's nothing silly about them. You can send in a quirky question as long as it's within good taste. As long as it's good taste, I'm not bothered. I like a laugh and a joke and a giggle now and again. But please, no swearing in them, or I won't read them out. So you can do it. You can send me questions either in two ways. One, you can send questions to me in the comment section below, and secondly, you can send them via Twitter. My Twitter address is @Stutzy83. I'll give you the actual address. All the information will be there in the description below. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you for the Burnley-Watford game, the commentary on Monday night. I might be doing another match before that. I'll just have to see how everyone's schedule goes with the weekend. If it turns out that I can do the Arsenal-Chelsea match as well, fantastic, I'll do that for you. But until then, from me, JB, hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm excited about FIFA 17 as much as anybody else, and I can't wait for it to happen. Have a pleasant evening, have a pleasant weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care.